Hi, I'm Sandy Genovese, and in honor of the 4th of July, we are creating patriotic three-dimensional stars. So for Independence Day, if you want some good home decor using your craft supplies, this is a good tip. Here is a dimensional 3D star the dimension is created just by folding, and then I've punched a hole so that it can hang. And if you look kind of closely, I have a smaller star stuck on top of the larger. It's created the same way. We're going to see how to do that. And then I've also taken, in some cases, I've punched different size holes out of the blue and layered it on top of the white for it to show through. It seemed like it sort of replicated the idea of stars and stripes. But I also, in this example, I did with a white pen, I just drew hand colored in a white pen the stars onto the blue background in order to create this sort of dimension. Once you get started, you know, it's just so fun to just keep going. And the more you have, the more you can decorate, which is really cool. You want to start by cutting out the large stars. And I just did the largest size star that I could create on an 8.5 by 11 piece of cardstock. So here is my initial star. And what you want to do is put all the marks where you're going to score. Now you don't have to, I'm going to score on the back side. You don't have to draw them with a pencil. It's fastest to just lay the ruler down and score, and you're going to go from where the two legs meet, from this vertex up to the point directly opposite. And I'm going to work my way, so I go from this, where these 2 points, up to this, and then I'm going to rotate and go to this, and just move my way all the way around. If it's easier for you to draw, I decided I would put the pencil lines on here so you could see. If you want to draw them all with pencil first, you can. So I'm going to start where the two legs meet, and then I'm going to line up where the tip is directly opposite. I have something kind of squishy underneath, which makes the score work a little bit better. And then I'm going to just make my score line. And I'm going to work my way around. Now I'll use the point where these legs meet to this tip. So I'm getting to the last score mark, lay it in place, and score. So as you have all of your score marks in place, then it's time to do the folding. So what I'm going to do, and I don't know how easy it is to see, I'm going to fold along all of these marks that I've just created, and I'm going to do this first. I'm going to do all of them as mountain folds. So I'm going to fold and then open it back up, move to the next one, fold. So I'm starting by making all of my folds mountain folds. I think, to me anyway, that's the easiest. As you work with this, if you come up with a system that you think works better, just leave it in the comment section, and then everybody else can see if there's a system that works better. So I'm just working my way around. I think that I've now folded every place. I now have all of the scores as mountain folds. Now I'm going to reverse out. So if I show you on the pencil one, maybe it will be a little clearer. All of the long our mountain folds, all of these little short guys are going to switch out now to become valley folds. So here is a little short one. I'm going to valley fold that. I'm going to continue. I'm going to valley fold this. I'm going to come around, valley fold here into the center. And I'm using a nice heavy cardstock because I want these to last. I'm going to put them back out every year for the 4th of July. And I think I'll probably do them for Memorial Day and Flag Day and Veterans Day. There's lots of times that you might want to hang a star or two. If you did them out of red and gold, ooh, it would be cool for Christmas too. So you can see, look at how quickly and easily you create that dimensional star. But of course you don't want to just leave a white star. So we're going to go back and add some decoration. If you take the one that's been marked with pencil, you can cut out any of these portions and attach them to the white. So here you can see I've already started by attaching some of the blue sections to the white. Let me go ahead. You can see I've taken some. Let me take and put some adhesive behind. Let me figure out if I'm doing every other one, then this one is going to need to be next. So let's say I do this section right here. And I'm going to cut on my pencil. This is a fun thing to do with the kids. They'll have a good time decorating and embellishing and assembling these stars. And then every year when you put them out, they'll probably remember which ones they made. It's almost like when you decorate, you know, a Christmas tree, and you have ornaments every year that you add. So I'll go back then and add in another piece of blue. And the thing is, you can keep doing this, you know, you can vary it as much as you want. I could just keep going all around and just do blue. Here you can see that I've taken, and on the back, you see the pencil lines. If I took my first star, instead of cutting just one strip, what I've done is I've cut a little chunk. And I'm going to attach this, let's see, I think I'm going to put this here, which would cover right over the blue that I just put, but that's kind of what I want to do. I could do it, yeah, no matter where I put it, I'm going to end up covering over. But you know what? Let's see what happens if I go back with a punch and I punch some designs, so we'll see that blue peeking through. That'd be kind of fun. I'll do that size, and then I'll do this size. And I think I'll even do some 16th inch punches. So we'll have all different size punches to show through. And you're going to do, remember, more adhesive than I'm doing, but I'm going to do enough so it will hold together. I'm also using removable, so if any of it happens to poke through these holes, I can just rub it off. And then I want to position this so that it sits right on top and I get the blue showing through. I can flatten it back out long enough to attach this layer and then refold to create even more dimension. The fun thing about it, you know, you don't have to plan it out. You can just add layers as you go. If you do stars out of smaller sizes, if you look at the table, see how I've got some that are out of pattern papers. They're made exactly the same way. They're just done with a smaller size star and with a pattern paper on the top. I'm going to take the gold one and I can add this over the top. I just think that really looks fun. So I'm going to add adhesive. I'm going to flatten it back out in order to add adhesive, which brings up a good point. When the holiday is over, it's easy to store these flat. And I'll flatten it once I get it lined up in order to attach it. And then I'll go back. Normally you would let that adhesive sort of set up, but I'm going to go back and refold to get my dimensionality back because I flattened it in order to add the gold on top, that layer. But you can see how it's going to add fun dimensionality and a really cool design. If I go back to the one of the ones that I started with, the possibilities are endless. Now I mentioned that you might want to add photos. If you look here, you can see that I've used smaller sized stars in order to create photo stars that can also hang. The way to do that is just simply to blow up the photo to a size that will fit inside the star that you're going to cut, and then position this until you have a design that you like, trace and cut out your star, and then if you look at it, you'll see, as well as cutting out the star, I cut it out of an additional color so I could line the back. The final element is just punching a hole in the top and threading ribbon through and tying it in a knot, and the knot will hold it in place so that they can become something that you can hang. You know, stars cut from paper or cardstock, they go from flat to fabulous with just a ruler and a little bit of folding. Remember, I love hearing your comments. Be sure to share us with your scrapbooking friends. Don't forget to sign up for these free weekly videos. But if you want access to all the past episodes, or if you want to be able to print an instruction sheet, then you might want to consider joining the Gold Club. Bye for now.